first, an anti-personnel mine in human form. Her friends called her Herschel, but for her controllers, she was Cascade.
Your name and your cryptonym, a dead limb twitches.
The abandoning kind. One by one, she watched her friends go out like distant lights. Portofino 91, the whole sick crew, a disaster untold, a black page in the official records.
The memory hums, an exposed wire.
None at all. Yet here we are, standing over the smashed and leaking world. Some fool dropped it. One of ours, probably. She was recalled. They put her in the freezer. Forever, most thought. 5 years passed. A little more of the world leaked out of itself. Cascade's controllers ordered her back to Portofino. It wasn't your friends. It was me. There's a new assignment, Cascade. I was supposed to give you the brief. Right here, in an armchair in a safe house above a 24-hour photo shop in the city-state of Portofino. No one special, just an arm-like sack of cytoplasm, a special move unique to single-cell organisms. But before that, I was like you, a spy for the People's Republics, one of the varieties of mankind. This is a dangerous place, Cascade. I should never have come. I got caught with my pants down. On the plus side, I no longer have to worry about independent thought or movement.
This was the human game, and he played it poorly. Time to give up his seat.
Don't blame yourself, operant. Whatever happens has already happened.
Blade on the chair before you is a man, approximately mid-30s. His chest rises and falls in steady rhythm as he stares beyond you, unblinking. Alive, yet not alive. A pair of headphones have slipped partway off his head, connected to a stereo system beside him. No response. His eyes are still fixed glassily on the ceiling. The pupils quiver like a failing heartbeat. Cream paint, peeling slightly. A small room in a city past its prime. Nothing to suggest why the man is so interested in it. You get no response, no flinch, no twitch. As you stare down at him, the man begins to draw. Stiff-collared shirt, a snug brown jacket, and nothing below the waist but a pair of red briefs. Entirely unfit for purpose, based on his current state. Nature's final defense, playing dead. There is no smell of alcohol, nor any open containers, no drug paraphernalia either. Just a loose cord trailing to the stereo system. Like a cosmonaut's safety tether. You leave him exactly as you found him. For the best, this husk could well be cursed. Your fingers detect a low, steady hum where jaw meets neck. Elevated, but not critical. What that means about his deeper condition, you cannot say. When in theatre, an operant must always prepare to be assassinated. Of course, it is better not to be killed. Then the body is disobedient and must be brought to order. The man's eyes glisten. Bright red veins blossom around their edges. However he ended up like this, the result is the same. Operant down. Clipped to the inside flap of his jacket, you find a laminated badge, emblazoned with the crest of the Import-Export Bureau of the People's Republic of Kohila. The name reads Esteman T. Below that, a title, Imports Lead. Sock Merchant, one of the opera's most battle-tested covers. Notably absent is an actual phone number. Into your pocket it goes. Not even a flicker of a response. The people's spy cannot be caught shirking. Time to escalate. Your double has deserted the track before the starting gun. Will you stand for it? Pathetic. Both. History ended a century ago. Last time is reactionary fetish. Defend the party, reject the linear progression of time. The man's breath gargles softly in his throat as you yank him upwards. He is... small table has been turned into a makeshift desk. A startlingly red folder stands out against the clutter. In the Operant Bureau's elaborate filing system, red is reserved for personnel files. A small label in the top left corner is printed with one word. Your cryptonym, Cascade. It screams danger, not for human consumption. Your hand hesitates. The folder opens with a whoosh. Before you, in neat monospace type, your life is condensed to its barest elements. Name Wilk Herschel, cryptonym Cascade. Born Landau, former Republic of Mercia. Dependents, none. Pay class D2. Years of service, 14. There's another page behind this one. It's labelled Service History. A tingle in your fingers. Your head grows lighter as you approach the crash site. Amidst the crumpled sheets of copy paper and empty takeout containers, you find an open pack of cigarettes, Suprema mark. Smokes, ease of mind, cool. There's nothing outwardly noteworthy about this pack of Suprema 100s. It's like any other found in commissaries and corner stores across the People's Republics. Except secreted neatly against the inner wall of the pack, just as you were once taught to do yourself, a crisply folded sheet of A7 paper. Gajupwil, Bubsquux, Ongs, Sixfuzzle, Exquam, Yijizv, Digruk, Ravux, Skilbuch, Jittabubaki, Whatsup, Sift, Hugtok, Huichk, Slaw, Detruk, Rillium, Nacht, Skvajuva, Fukatskla, Terapet. back slides nicely into your pocket, as though it always belonged there. There's nothing left in there, neither smokes nor secrets. The sheet naturally curls itself into a little V as you place it back on the desk. You pick up the phone. The handset vibrates in your palm. Before you even finish speaking the word, the device connected to your phone base splits it into 256,000 encrypted fragments. The magic box, one of the proudest achievements of the Opera's Technical Services Office. Half a world away, a familiar voice splits into a corresponding number of fragments before coalescing again by your ear.
Please tell me you have good news.
The voice of authority, otherwise known as your controller. It's your double she's expecting. Let's not disappoint her.
Operant, you made it. Your voice hasn't changed.
Her voice is just as you remember.
We'll get to catch-ups later. Put pseudopod on the line.
You glance over at the man in the chair. A snail's trail of dried saliva glints on the side of his chin. You feel your mind starting to spin up. 5,000 revolutions per minute. It takes all your concentration to keep the receiver steady against your ear.
What do you mean? Why not? That's a very disturbing thing to say, Cascade.
For a moment, no one says anything. There's no sound at all, save for the blood in your ear and the electrostatic hum of the ultra-long distance connection.
Has he been zeroed out?
Meaning eliminated, killed, rendered inoperant. Heavy words, words that set machinery in motion.
I'll ask one more time. Is your double zeroed out?
You must speak the word. She cannot make the determination herself. Once you say it, there's no going back. The momentum of events will overtake you.
Cascade, is your double zeroed out or not? Right. I wonder which it is. Have our enemies blown us up already? Or is this just another day at the basement massage parlor of spy services? Fucking hell.
She's wondering how long till she can have a drink. Treacly liqueur from a can. It's been several hours since her last.
The Opera's going to hang me by the toes. For you, it's back to Satellite Facility B.
AKA the freezer, where the old, useless and discredited are consigned until they're dismissed or die of despair. The freezer. Shiver. Resist.
That's exactly the problem. You haven't got pseudopod and you haven't got the assignment either.
Gang taking heavy incoming fire here. Not sure how long we can hold out.
Listen to me. This assignment is over. Effective immediately.
Over. Immediately. The words ricochet inside your skull.
The woman in the photo shop downstairs, Constance. She's one of ours. Let her deal with pseudopod.
Middle-aged woman, dark hair behind the counter. You exchanged a few words when she gave you the key.
Do not tell her anything she doesn't need to know. As for you, we need to get you on the next aerotram out of the city.
That numberless phone line may be worth investigating. Perhaps the room contains other leads as well. They won't be expecting you back in the People's Republics for several days. Plenty of time for some self-directed espionage.
That's a directive, operant. This assignment is over. Get on the next tram. If what you're saying is true, enemies abound. Don't get yourself zeroed out.
A click, and the line goes dead. Following the cord from your Double's headphones, you come to a mid-sized home stereo resting on a sideboard. A prototype 0909 50-watt with multi-disc changer. Last generation model, designed for affordability at the expense of power and clarity. Through the translucent view panel, you see a single red disc loaded in place. On the face of the disc are the words, Ultravioletta, you but from a dream, handwritten on thin strips of tape. You don't recognize the artist. The disc is loaded, ready to tell you. The chunky button makes a satisfying little thunk as you push it in. The plastic latch clicks into place, and the discus begins to turn. You know because the spindle is rotating, though the speakers don't produce any sound at all. The kitchen light hums and splinters momentarily. It doesn't appear to be. The disc is spinning the way it's meant to. An artifact of no substance onto which nothing of substance has been recorded. No sound, save the thin layer of static that lines the inner cables. Amateur wire work. Or do you? You can't tell. The static quiets as you reset the volume. A great relief shivers through you, though nothing has seemingly happened. A brief internal hum, then the disc slides halfway out of the machine and waits there, like it's trying to hide from you. You remove the red disc and place it into your pocket. You step away from the equipment. A pair of men's trousers are hung delicately over the shower rail. If Pseudopod's pants were attempting to flee the scene, they did not make it very far. Brown, shapeless, they are utterly unremarkable. The front and back pockets are completely empty, except for a few pieces of lint. Nothing but dead air from when you moved him. Unless you discover a small extra pocket inside the front right pocket. You slip 2 fingers inside and come away with a neatly folded sheet of paper. Not normal paper. This is nitrocellulose, made to burn quickly and completely. The page is notebook-sized and perforated along one edge. It reads, THA space 7 LES APR space 032 space WIFO space 9W space TBGFLW25. The missing companion to the cipher you discovered in the cigarette packet. One that could be applied to the ciphertext you found in your personnel file. One of the many mysteries concerning men's trousers. As you turn away, a stray thought passes. They may never be worn again. You return to the desk. The red folder is still sitting on its surface. Letter by letter, words emerge from the mist. They speak in a voice you haven't heard for a long time. The day beyond the window beckons you outward. Wait, the secrets. You can't just leave them out like this. It takes all your concentration to chew the pages into a wad of pulp you can actually swallow. You dial your controller's number. Raw information atomizes itself. On the other side of the world, a phone rings.
I thought you were headed out. What is it? Now you've heard it. Get moving, operant.
The line goes dead.
Easy, lady. I just want to develop some photographs. I'm not trying to take your innocence. wild imagination. A little photo should not count as a crime. It's not like it's a loaded gun or something. Stark realities that prevent me from pursuing my interests. Also racism, maybe. Very well. Photo 24 can have this round. Thank you for this extreme stress I'll now carry through my day.
little amber light, it means out of order, and I haven't been able to get it to green, meaning in order.
Just looking at that thing causes you to take psychic damage. Best stay away.
Pseudopod assured me this machine was a vital tool of communication, as precious to our work as the magic box we installed on your room phone. You've received all sorts of technical training, I presume. I would think getting a little light to turn green should be well within your powers.
A dread beast humming with dormant power. A handless scribe. It just needs to be soothed.
Divorced. I don't presume to know the inner workings of the opera, but I have to think I could be better utilized. Of course, I'm happy with the tasks I've been assigned thus far. Keeping a safe house is a major responsibility, but I have other skills, you know. Chemistry, for one. I have an entire photo lab back here with access to all kinds of toxic chemicals and powders. And yet I doubt anyone would suspect a woman like me of, say, poisoning someone. If the assignment required it.
This is a woman who's planned countless perfect murders in her idle hours.
I'm not saying I hope it comes to that, just if it does. Granted, this is only my debut, but it seems to me that something's very amiss. No matter what we do, nothing appears to go according to plan. Pseudopod says it's all part of the work, but it gives me a rather unsettled feeling. I don't know whether that's intended to be reassuring. I certainly don't. It looks rather flirtatious. Seedy business attracts itself. You might try one of the bars along Party Alley. much better, thank you.
Finally, someone with courtesy. Do you know when the 9 is coming?
The handsome man shifts in place, glancing over his shoulder toward the tram lines. Suitcases surround him.
Sorry to bother you, madame. I suppose not everyone is stranded here like myself. I'm waiting on the 9. I was told it was having some problems, but it's supposed to be in service any day now. I was told it's supposed to be in service any day now. That was a week ago.
Enough time to grow accustomed to new surroundings and start noticing things.
I agree. But what am I to do? It seems to be the only way out of this city. I would appreciate it. I did see a man like that some days ago, I think. Near the bazaar, in fact.
Ah, sleeping brother.
No, he was alone. Why do you ask? I guess we share the same fate. Thank you. I'll be here in the meantime, waiting.
You hear laughter and music ahead. You can still make out the lower half of the words "Silk Free" sticking out on the brick beneath. Sniff. Get the smells. Frying grease, rust, incense, the dank of canal water. It's all flat, wrong. Something's missing, like crickets going quiet under shadow. You also have the red disc from the stereo system. You could seek out a media vendor to assess it. A vertical safari of stuffed animals, all loose stitching and cheap fabric, with cotton hemorrhoids showing at the seams. None watch you depart.
Off-brand drivers, cheap plastic housing. Mass-produced excrement. These animals pleasure themselves in it. That's right. We are quite a ways from you buying something, my friend.
You see this? Each one guaranteed for 10,000 replays. Obscene! That's right. Imaginative faculties dulled by senseless repetition. Forgive me, friend. I'd mistaken you for a common replayer. Too much to ask, I expect that you're a fellow Einzelton aficionado? One of a fast-fading few. Go ahead, browse away. My name's Petre. If you need anything, I'll be here, lamenting what's left of the culture. Culture? Portophiran? Scraps. This
This new Lucian mania is all-consuming. Nobody wants anything that isn't techno-fascist trash, including, apparently, their own souls.
The Luz, once a powerful empire, now reconstituted as a modern techno-fascist state, the rising military and cultural power of the day. Obsession with foreign imports, sufferers of so-called Lusian mania will consult the wall.
That would be preferable to the truth of things. There is no politics to it that they can see. They just want something they can idiotize themselves with. You'd think we had run out of brick walls. I take it this means Luz hasn't managed to make it into wherever you're from. Good for you.
Another victory for our great and anonymous censors.
Financially tolerable. Morally abhorrent. Every day there's new formats, categories, each one more depraved than the last. Of course, I can't say that out loud. Customer, you know?
He says it to everyone.
Strange how? Format or content?
He takes the disc warily.
An Einzelton XR. Where did you get this? Einzelton hasn't been available to regular consumers for a decade. A disc in good condition is worth thousands of sol to people who appreciate its wonders.
Specialists, collectors of the rare and the defunct, people like him, in other words.
You played it? Filthy animals. Those. Better they recalled them all years ago. Better a mass manufacturing fault than this, to save them from this humiliation from being passed around like...
A light switch flips off in his eyes. He handles it as reverently as if it were a tiny plastic coffin.
I'm sorry. UV can only be ultraviolet. Degenerate Lucian Electrodross. There's a new fabricated star every day, it seems. But she's the top of today's pile. Do I look like I'm 14 years old and brain dead? The fact that it's committed to Einzelton suggested some kind of promo copy. Some new advancement of degeneracy from across the Nos Correntes. This ultraviolet has gone missing at the moment. Kidnapped by counter-fascist radicals, whatever that means. Lucian marketing plot, if you ask me. Mystery, fragility, trying to add something of the legendary to her status. Things like her make me almost miss the days the Lucians were marching on the colonies. None of this is the Einzeltones' fault, of course. They can't control what gets seared upon them. What you have in your possession is an incredibly rare disc format that self-effaces after a single transcendent play. Now that it's been played out, it's nothing. A desecrated corpse, a necrophile's plaything. I assume fondling a human corpse would also make you feel pretty weird. If you want spiritual, find an unplayed one. This is the dark stuff. You're transgressing. I'm afraid it's not. No more potential, only anti-potential. Replayability is oblivion. The end. You seem to have misunderstood my soliloquy. It's done. No mass. The beauty and the tragedy of the format. I hope you dispose of it with dignity. I think a private ceremony would be most appropriate. Yes. Yes. Very great.
The vendor's eyes narrow behind his orange lenses.
This is a media store, not the missing persons division. Also one of those GMs with questions like that. I try. So most of humanity fades into an indistinguishable morass of banality. This colleague, what does he look like? The sock boy. Dialectical looking glasses, air of advanced virginity. Yes, he came by here. Little communist lost, adrift among the many wonders of the free market. Heir of a child hastily abandoned at a fire station, waiting on a mother who won't be coming back. He was dreaming big, I'll give him that. Also dreaming moronic. Your dialectical friend mistook himself for some sort of big money businessman. He wanted the bazaar to import superblock hosiery. Socks to start with, but there was talk of cotton tights, even stockings if the venture took off. Of course not. I don't sell socks. Is he alright, your man? Or what? Ah, so you're also a communist. But you're not that little, or particularly lost, I'd say. I'll be blunt. Are you with a weeping eye? Because they've been especially active here recently. Usually they just let things slide. All the Lucian merchandise, good for everyone. But these days, they're staring right at us, unblinking. Keep them. If things get too hot, I can always slit my wrists with a shard of Velodis before they take me down. My point is, your colleague was asking questions. Now, something's obviously happened, and here you are, also asking questions. Given the current climate, no one wants to answer these questions, least of all, me. I'll tell you what I told your sock friend. Speak to the boatman down by the Vest docks. He's the one who knows the underground goings-on around here. We're just the vendors. The cool one. Excessive sunglasses. Relaxed aura, likely on a boat. No way of confusing him. Wonderful. Now for all our sakes, please say no more. If you want to talk media formats, I'm your man. This other stuff, maybe not. The bazaar is closing up soon. Another day, another cultural molestation.
On the TV, a giant wolf-like creature stands up on its hind legs and howls. Its fur bristles gold. Dangerous, mythical, electrifying. No wonder the kids are watching this. Suddenly, the beast roars and light floods the screen. It's followed by a wet, pulpous sound. An acceptable mimicry of a skull liquefying under extreme thermal stress. LED lights are distributed evenly along the blade. Durable PVC hilt with textured grip. Impressive armament. Let's be logical. Whoever needs it more, you, obviously, should have it. Why would you take this from him? He clearly treasures the toy. children ignore you.
Excuse me. Can you take a look at this? Have you seen him before? Have you? Mi viejo, my dad. He's been missing a few days. Right, I should have started with that, I guess. His name's Enoch Krantz. He probably just started walking and got lost. Old people do that kind of thing. He's kind of forgetful sometimes. Not a lot, but I'm just worried. I told him watching too much TV was making him crazy. Right, yeah. You want a wig? I hear they make you fun at parties. Oh, yeah, he came by. Nice man. Talked a lot about socks. Not really. Wandered off into the bazaar. What do you mean, something's happened? Did he use the phone? Nothing. Just something my dad said once. Well, actually, he said it more than once. He said it a lot. He was, normal. Pretty forgettable, if I'm honest. I told him, unless your socks are mismatched and neon-colored, I'm not much use to you. Sorry. Yeah, I was kind of distracted when he showed up. Oh, that's Ultravioleta, the Lusian pop star. Always thought that type of music was too young for me, but I've been enjoying her stuff recently for some reason. No, but it's definitely her kind of title. Weird disc, that. Oh, you should ask Petre at the music stall over there. He'll know more. Doubt he's an ultra, though. Yeah, they're right there. Take a look. You need anything else? Thanks for stopping by.
The fire exit stands conspicuously ajar. Someone has wedged it open with a ball. Wrong. Ball wants to play, not wedge. A hallway. It's just a fire exit. A fine place to hide in a moment of crisis. Marked and remembered. No, it's a trap. Must be destroyed. You emerge into the dark insides of a deceased mechanical beast. The only light comes from above a set of steel stairs, which you alight carefully, gripping the cold railing. approach the steel door. Faint oxidation halo spread across it, blooming like algae on a sunken wreck. No response. It's locked. This door isn't going anyway currently. There's still no response. You step back from the door. You sit on the railing. Nobody looks up. Nobody asks why you're here. The world keeps moving. 100 conversations blend into one. A slow, warm river carrying you nowhere in particular. The people here, they're living, moving, laughing and trading, but you're just a visitor, out of town, leaning on a rail, trying to look cool. Yeah, to the touch. A sharp inhale, then you push yourself to your feet. You flip the shutter lock open from the inside and slip out into Portofino. The Guardia Municipal officer is intensely scratching at his neck. As you approach, he wipes his hand on his pant leg. The folks who guard property rights are not worthy of answers. The man doesn't react or turn as you approach, your feet echoing off the high metal.
I saw you by that fire exit. You even went in. Pardon me, but you left the door open. It's been maddening to watch. It's a flagrant disregard for safety. It's made it quite hard to enjoy the view. If you get the chance, that'd be greatly appreciated. Still, you've come a long way. Fortunately, the view just about compensates. I'm being punished. My employer has placed me in an impossible position. I'm a safety inspector, watching the lines. As you might have noticed, this pylon is under construction, technically. It's my role to ensure the lines and pylons are all built according to code. And this line, Line 9, will never be finished. Then they would be waiting a very long time. Where to start? This pylon's angle deviated more than expected as the concrete set. Hazardous near water, Shouldn't have skimped on materials. Then there are the clearance issues. The party alley rooftops are higher than the building department's official records. I could falsify my reports and declare Line 9 safe for construction anyway, or I could quit. Either way, the company can't lose. I wasn't always. I thought about throwing myself off this pylon, right where you're standing. I used to fantasize about the GMs dragging my waterlogged corpse from the canal. Fortunately, this spot lends itself to reflection. Contemplating my punishment helped me see how to live with it. What else is left to do? You know, the view's not mine, just in case. A friend of yours? Oh, all right. Quite a formal-looking man, yes? He was here just the other day. He had a conversation with the music vendor over there. It did not seem pleasant. I couldn't really tell. I couldn't say. A lot of people come through here. I didn't pay particular attention to him. You're welcome.
The man gives no indication of registering your presence as you approach. His mirrored sunglasses are turned upwards. Orange and blue feathers. Predators. talk with the vendors later today. A firm one. He's genuinely perplexed. It must be slain. A jolt of fear snaps through you, but you manage to not let it show. You approach the steel door again, this time knowing who it belongs to. Silence from the other side. Below you, the social static of the bazaar muffled by distance. You get no answer, no twitch or shuffle behind the metal. But you get an impression of the room, a vibration, somewhere between crime scene and radioactive accident. It's a standard lock, pickable by the right hands. The right hands would be holding tools for lock picking. A brief tremor runs through the metal, but it doesn't budge. Humans dominate doors every day. Hold this one back down the pecking order. Stop. Don't enter. Don't break this seal. This doesn't have to be yours. Mercy kill this door. One well-placed kick. Cascade is back. Immediately awkward. Should have used the other foot. You hear the collision, but don't feel it. About to hurt very badly. Neurons firing their way down your leg like dominoes. 3, 2, 1. Fortunately, you kicked the door right on the handle. Because your shit kick broke it, and the lock is now dead. layer of dust covers the desk, along with a grey notebook, an electronic terminal, and a golden photo frame. In the middle of it rests an eye, accompanied by a teardrop, shaped out of a fine white powder. Next to the frame is an eye with a long single teardrop, shaped out of a fine white powder. The unmistakable symbol of the weeping eye, the secret police of Lelou's. It's soft and ringed. The word accounts is written across the top in black marker. A thicket of serial numbers, dates, columns and rows cover the pages top to bottom, along with shorthand references to accounts, both incomes and outgoings. As you flip through, two sets of handwriting emerge from the sheets. One matches the title accounts on the front, while the other is tidier and appears only in the very last entries. The first set of handwriting dates back years, a sloppy all capitals which must belong to Tempo. The second, newer set, appearing about a week ago, is an elaborate looping cursive. Some of the eyes have hearts instead of dots. Boring, boring, boring. A list of names, titles and compensation. One of the rows has been firmly crossed out, and payments seem to have stopped a few weeks ago. Ignatz. It doesn't ring a bell. Rent, utilities and other minor operating costs, including travel. Multiple instances of round-trip tickets between Portofino and Acuerda Lelou's. You avert your gaze. As you turn the frame around, dust falls and a blade of light momentarily obliterates the row of faces presented. Inside your stomach, a family of spiders start crawling up toward... Fuck. Rising from the damp cellars of regret. Taxman. Estoc. Virtue. Radiant. Kindred. Holocene. Known to the opera as the whole sick crew. Unknown to you as those friends you left to die 5 years ago. You abandoned them. They were counting on you, but you only thought of yourself. You scared, selfish little cunt. Do you smell the crippling failure oozing from your skin? Do you feel the secret knowledge of your aching shame pulsing in your skull? You slip the photo out of the frame into your pocket. The pale screen reads Miwa Terminal Model 4 and displays a directory. It is far more futuristic than anything your peasant eyes have ever seen. The crying powder eye stares at you. The finger looks like a pale tram carriage, covered by late autumn snow, about to arrive at the station. Cocaine, the original power plant. The eye on the photo frame is no longer weeping. You turn from the desk, back to the empty room. You step to the window, beyond which the bazaar spreads slightly obscured behind a fog of grime and dust. You gather up your sleeve and exhale onto the window, where your breath reveals a clear handprint in the dust. The condensation from your breath fades, taking the print with it, but you know it's still there. Nighttime finds the bazaar nearly empty. You observe a few teenagers and individual souls going about their routines. Known to the opera as the Whole Sick Crew.
package will be destroyed.